On May 15 during the opening ceremony of the Crimean Bridge that links the mainland and the peninsula over the Kerch Strait, Vladimir Putin drove across the bridge in a KamAZ at the head of the track column. The opening of the bridge has become one of the most notable events of the week. The pictures of Putin driving a huge car went viral. Sputnik presents the vehicles that have been driven by the Russian president. May 15, 2018, Russian President Vladimir Putin drives a KamAZ as a column of construction machinery drives across the Crimean Bridge highway section during the bridge opening ceremony. Copyright Sputnik, Alexei Druzhin. May 15, 2018. Russian President Vladimir Putin, before driving a KamAZ truck on the newly opened motor road section of the Kerch Strait, Crimean Bridge, March 16, 2005. Russian President Vladimir Putin drives a KamAZ several hundred meters at the Dmitrovsky training ground. Copyright Sputnik, Alexei Panov. Russian President Vladimir Putin at the Central Automobile Proving Ground in Dmitrov, where he drove a KamAZ for several hundred meters, August 29, 2011. Vladimir Putin during the 16th Motorcycle Festival held by the Night Wolves Youth Organization. Copyright Sputnik, Jana Lapagova. August 29, 2011. Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, left, and leader of the Night Wolves Youth Organization Alexander Zaldostinov, also known as Surgeon, at the 16th Bike Festival in Novorossiysk, November 7, 2010. Vladimir Putin drives a Formula One race car in the Leningrad region. For several hours he's been driving the race car through the track, reaching a speed of 240 km per hour. Copyright Sputnik, Alexei Druzhin. Vladimir Putin drives Formula One race car. October 22, 2015. Russian President Vladimir Putin driving a new Avtovaz Lada Vesta during the plenary session of the 12th annual meeting of the Valdai International Discussion Club in Sochi. Copyright Sputnik, Alexei Druzhin. President Vladimir Putin, foreground, taking his seat behind the wheel of the new Avtovaz model, Lada Vesta, to drive to the International Valdai Discussion Club's 12th annual meeting at the Bocharov Rushe residence in Sochi, October 22, 2015, August 27, 2010. Vladimir Putin drives the Lada Kalina through the new Chita-Khabarovsk highway. Copyright Sputnik, Alexei Druzhin. August 27, 2010. Prime Minister Vladimir Putin driving along the Chita-Khabarovsk highway in a Lada Kalina. August 19, 2005. Russian President Vladimir Putin arrives at the Adler-Krasnaya Polyana tunnel opening ceremony driving a 1956 Gaz-21 Volga. Copyright Sputnik, Vladimir Rodionov. Russian President Vladimir Putin driving a 1956 Gaz-21 Volga built at the opening of the Adler-Krasnaya Polyana tunnel near Sochi in 2005. May 16, 2009. Vladimir Putin reveals his Niva off-road car to reporters at the Riviera 6 state residence in Sochi. Copyright Sputnik, Alexei Nikolsky. Vladimir Putin driving a Niva SUV in Sochi. August 15, 2007. Russian President Vladimir Putin in the area of the Western Science spurs, the Republic of Tuva. Copyright Sputnik, Dmitry Asakov. Russian President Vladimir Putin near the spurs of the Western Scian Mountains in the Republic of Tuva. August 15, 2007, January 3, 2010. Vladimir Putin skidoo driving at the Krasnaya Polyana ski resort. Copyright Sputnik, Alexei Druzhin. January 3, 2010. Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin riding a snowmobile at the Alpine ski resort, Krasnaya Polyana. October 25, 2011. Vladimir Putin in the cabin of a harvester thresher while reviewing the corn harvesting process at the Rodina farm in the Shpakovsky region. Copyright Sputnik. Alexei Nikolsky. Vladimir Putin left scene inside the grain harvester while being briefed on progress in the corn harvesting campaign at the Rodina farm, Shpakovsky district, October 25, 2011 – September 5, 2012. Vladimir Putin takes part in a scientific experiment as part of the Flight of Hope project to protect the endangered white Siberian crane. The project's aim is to lead the birds on their migration route. Flying a trike, which the birds take for their leader, Vladimir Putin made 3 flights, a test flight and then 2 flights with the birds. Copyright Sputnik. Russian Presidential Press Service. Russian President Vladimir Putin takes part in the Flight of Hope project August 17, 2005. Russian President Vladimir Putin in the cabin of the Pavel Taran Tu-160 strategic bomber which he flew to the Strategic Long-Range Aviation and Northern Fleet Training Area. Copyright Sputnik. Vladimir Rodionov. Vladimir Putin in the Tu-160 strategic bomber cockpit August 10, 2010. Head of the Russian government Vladimir Putin takes part in extinguishing the Ryazan region forest fires driving a B-200 multi-purpose amphibious aircraft. Copyright Sputnik. Alexei Nikolsky. Vladimir Putin took part in fighting wildfires in Ryazan region aboard a B-200 amphibious aircraft, the 10th of August 2010 – March 1, 2000. Vladimir Putin in the cabin of an Su-27 fighter interceptor after a Krasnodar, Chechnya flight to award Russian paratroopers. Copyright Sputnik. Vladimir Rodionov. Vladimir Putin in the cockpit of the Su-27 fighter August 1, 2009. Vladimir Putin in the Mir deep submergence vehicle before a dive in Lake Baikal. Copyright Sputnik. Alexei Druzhin and Vladimir Putin boards a Mir submersible to dive to Lake Baikal's bottom, 2003. Russian President Vladimir Putin's 2-hour whitewater rafting down the Charsh River during his short Altai region holiday. Vladimir Putin in a motorboat in the Republic of Tuva. Copyright Sputnik. Alexei Druzhin and Minister Vladimir Putin on vacation in the Republic of Tuva.